And this is where I love the 3-to-1 rule. Are they producing at least 3 times that you're paying them? If not, something's off, either in expectations or execution.
Exactly. And sometimes it's not a hiring issue, it's a leadership issue. People can't really step into their ownership if they've never been given that blueprint to win. Like I talked about earlier earlier in my career,
Yeah.
I could have gotten to where I wanted to be at a lot sooner had I had that clarity. So if you want someone to truly own the role, here's exactly how you need to set them up.
The importance of systems. So they are obviously, as you and I both know from our backgrounds, the unsung hero of real estate growth. So Brooke, please tell us why systems are absolutely non-negotiable if you want to scale your real estate team or your business in general.
Yeah. Your systems or your tools, I like to call it, are what allow you to really scale without that chaos. They're replacing that memory and firefighting with predictability and consistency. And in a business that's as fast moving as real estate, that is everything. So when you're operating, without systems, everything's going to feel reactive and not proactive. You're constantly solving the same problems, you're repeating yourself, or worse, you're dropping the ball. And some of those are glass balls and they are not coming back up, unfortunately. So when those systems are in place, you are freeing up your brain power for that strategy, not survival. You're in that thrive mode. You start thinking long term, not about just what's on fire today. What do I have to put out? Who's my problem child today? It's not about having the tools. It's about having the right tools in place for your business and using them with that intention. Absolutely. I think that, a CRM is a perfect example. So let's say you have the best one on the market, the most expensive, it works the best, highest conversion rates, yada, yada, yada. But if no one logs in, it's just an expensive address book. You're wasting money.
Oh.
Training and adoption is so important to what's going to turn systems into actual solutions. So for example, some of the core systems might be lead routing and follow-up flows inside your CRM. If no one's reaching out and nurturing your leads, they're going to slip through the cracks. Onboarding playbooks for agents and admin. So your hires are starting with that clarity, like I have, with Reside, like we were talking about. Your financial dashboards. As a leader in operations, can you actually see where your team's money is going and how the team is performing around that? I think where teams go wrong sometimes is that they're trying to buy their way out of that operational pain. They invest in that software before they've identified the real workflow issue. Does this sound familiar? Sometimes, you or your team leader, maybe you go to an event or a conference and you come back with this great new tool that is, it's just $1,000 a month. It's going to solve all of your lead generation issues. But you set it up and then you walk away and no one's going to own it at all. So that is why it's so important. Yeah. That's why it's so important to have that driver.
Because even the best systems won't save you if the wrong person is running them. And Brooke, you said it a few segments ago, set it and forget it. A lot of the time we set things and forget them. So if we're not auditing our systems, we could be losing business. So Brooke, tell us about that.
Yeah. So you really want those team members who are not just in the role, they're not just taking the check, but they're really owning the role. They're aligned with you, they're aligned with the team, they're empowered, and they're contributing that real value. So what ownership really looks like is not waiting for tasks, bringing solutions and being forefront about those, knowing your lane, knowing how to run it, and raising those red flags early when something's off because you just know your role so dang well that you know when something is off with it. And then looking, not really looking for micromanagement, but looking to your team leader for that clarity and trust.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really what makes you so valuable within your role and how you earn that to keep moving forward and creating opportunities for yourself.